Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the E18 podcast. Tonight, I got myself, Hector, and I got Mario.
What up?
And this is a place where we like to go in depth and have some discussions and review your favorite movies, TV shows, and video games. So with that being said, there will be spoilers. Every single episode there will be spoilers. So I just want to make that clear. But before we get started, I just want to let you guys know that you guys can listen to us anywhere: SoundCloud, YouTube, Spotify, Google. Anywhere, and make sure you guys follow our socials at E18 Podcast. Let's get right into it. Mario, do you want to tell them what we're gonna be doing?
All right, so today we're gonna be talking about Lightyear, the new Pixar movie that came out. What was it? About a month ago?
I don't even know. Yeah,
about a month ago.
Like Sorry, guys,
we're late. We're catching up, but
yeah.
But what were your first impressions overall? First impressions of the movie.
When this was announced, bro, I was hyped. I feel like everyone was hyped, right?
Yeah, I remember when I first saw the trailer, I thought to myself, I'm like, why does he look so different?
Well, okay, yeah.
But then I for a while it was a problem with me, but then I was like, you know what? I understand. It doesn't really bother me. So when I first saw the movie and I went to go see it with my friends from work, and because when the movie first starts, they're in space and they land on some random ass
But before we get into that. When you first saw the trailer and everything, like, were you hyped for? What were you expecting? Like,
I mean, I love Toy Story, obviously. So
Toy Story was the best, like, one of the best, like, series, like, franchise, like, run, like, from Pixar, in my opinion.
Well, you're talking about like multiple movies, and I guess.
Like that's what I meant, like his
like a trilogy, even though it's not a trilogy, like a trilogy.
What do you call that? Like a franchise?
I guess you could call it because they made 4 movies.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah. So
wait, is there any other movie that's like that?
And Pixar? Cars has
and Monsters Inc. From Pixar. So like multiple movies of the same fucking universe.
Yeah.
So it's Cars, Monsters Inc. I know that for sure. Then Toy Story.
And that's it.
Is that it?
I think so. I don't think they made. I'm trying to think of everything else. Sadly, they never made a Ratatouille sequel or a WALL-E sequel. Man, sadly, I would love to have seen sequels to those movies.
They're bangers, man. All right, okay, whatever. Okay, that's the case.
But either way, to tell you my excitement, I wasn't like, oh my god, let's go. I wasn't like that. No, I wasn't like, let's go. Was I happy to see?
You were running around the house shirtless.
Hell no. I wasn't like crazy hyped. I would say I was looking forward to it, but I wasn't like crazy about it. Yeah. I was just like, ooh, like I'm down to see that. Like, let's go check it out. Like, but nothing crazy.
Right.
So as what were we saying? They were on a planet, right?
So,
that was the beginning of the movie. So we're going to try our best to go throughout the entire movie the best as we can because we saw this movie about a month ago.
Yeah, like just a brief summary, guys. We're not going to try to
because we don't remember everything. It's been a long time.
Motherfucker, you skipped over me. I didn't get to share what I thought and stuff.
Well, who gives a fuck what you think?
You bitch ass motherfucker.
All right, go. How hype were you?
Okay, the Mario show. I didn't know this was the Mario show. You fucking bitch. Jesus.
All right.
Me, I was running around shirtless. No, I was
about to say, damn, you were hype.
No, fuck no. When I first saw it, I thought it was like, I was hyped for it. I was like, this is gonna be fucking sick. Like I was actually really hyped for it. Because, Buzz Lightyear, man, he's fucking raw. And obviously when they saw the trailer, I was kind of confused. I'm like, okay, so what's going on here? Are they doing I was like, okay, this is clearly different. What's the catch? I was like, okay, what's the catch? And then they finally announced, this is the movie that, fucking, what's his name again? Andy.
Uh-huh.
This is the movie that Andy saw as a kid. Right? Don't you remember that?
No, I don't.
Is this news to you?
Yeah, it's news to me.
Oh my god! What the?
I didn't hear
this. Wait, what? Mario? It was in the beginning of the fucking movie.
And what?
Don't you remember?
Oh, when it was reading, there's text.
Yeah.
Can I be honest with you? In the beginning of the movie, I was on my phone because I was doing something really important.
Oh my god! So what the?
So I missed a little bit. I caught some of the text, but I missed some.
Mario,
of it.
What? Okay, before I move on. What the fuck did you think this was?
I thought it was just like how like sometimes people
you didn't know this?
It's just like they were just telling a story
about
Buzz because people like Buzz. I'm like, oh, they're just telling a story about Buzz's origin.
Okay, but like, do you think did you think it was like
I thought it was standalone.
Did you think it was like a story, like a urban legend or whatever?
No,
and
no.
that's why,
I obviously
then-
we know who Buzz was, but I didn't think
okay.
it was connected to
Then how do you-
Toy Story, in the sense where like I didn't know it was connected to like that storyline.
But you would have to make that connection because it's Lightyear. You feel me? It's Buzz Lightyear. That's where the toy comes from.
Yeah, I know.
So what do you mean? So you just thought it was like a standalone thing?
Yeah, like they're just telling a story.
Technically it is.
That's
Technically
what-
it is a
that's-
standalone. But no, it's connected. In the text, in the beginning of the movie, it explains everything. It says that this is the movie in Andy's in Toy Story universe. This is the movie that came out. This is the movie that Andy saw as a kid, and what made him want to get the Buzz Lightyear toy.
Oh, okay.
That's why the toys of Buzz Lightyear exist, is because it's based off of this movie.
All right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense now.
Okay. So I was like, what the fuck? How do you
Yeah,
not
because
know
like I
this?
said, I was on my phone. I was like, I was playing Pokemon Go because I was moving through. So there's a
You
lot
were
of
busy. You just said you were busy.
Yeah, I was playing Pokemon Go. And I was like, oh
Yeah.
fuck, I can't lose this shit. I was catching a Pokemon that was really rare. so I missed the beginning of it. Then I'm like, fuck, I hurry the fuck up. Like it wouldn't, because you know how you throw the Pokeball.
Yeah.
And you gotta wait 3 times before it officially catches it. The motherfucker kept escaping, bro.
Oh my god.
But either way, I once they finally caught it from my phone off, and then I was like, all right, fuck, I missed some of the text.
All right. Well, okay. So that's what that is. And this movie, man. When I first saw it, I thought it was gonna be more
Emotional
impressed
or depressed?
No, impressed.
Oh, impressed. Oh, I was about to say depressed.
I thought I was gonna be more impressed with, like, because considering fucking Pixar's roster, bro.
Yeah, I know.
It's Pixar. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's not
a lot of their movies. Like you can make a good case for every Pixar movie and say
Yeah.
like this is my favorite, and you
Yeah.
can't really argue it.
No, and it's tough because Pixar such has a great roster of great movies, you immediately expect
Greatness.
that. Yeah, right.
expect greatness.
So that kind of sucks. It's kind of like a double-edged sword right there, because no matter what, even if the movie's good, like really good,
It's still
you still have to worry for it to be has to be perfect in a way, because it's competing with all these other movies. So you have that expectation that you have to fulfill people's needs,
because
right?
you're putting it up to
So-
your favorite Pixar
Right.
movie standards.
So that's what I think. I think that's why I felt that way, because it was like, yo,
Yeah,
it's
you
fucking
perfectly
Pixar.
said. That's probably why I felt the way I did too.
Because I'm like, yo, this is because if you really think about it, if it wasn't Pixar, it's a really good movie. But because of Pixar's standards and what we can see, what Pixar can do, it's compared to that, it's not as great.
It's just eh.
Yeah, it's not as great, and that sucks, man. Because I'm like, fuck, man. I was expecting a lot more. But the premise of the movie, obviously, the message I understand, right? We understand the message is really nice. It's I like it. It's basically seek others for help. Don't just do things by yourself if you keep failing or can't. Like, it's okay to ask for help, and it's okay to have people to guide you in your life, and you know what I mean, help you up and get through whatever you're going through. And it's a good message, but throughout the movie, I just felt like there were some things I didn't really like, bro.
Like what?
Okay, well, let's talk about the beginning, because let me just talk about the things I did like.
All right.
The beginning of the movie was really cool.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
I was like, okay, I'm curious to see what the fuck is Buzz Lightyear like and whatever. We see he has a suit and whatnot, and then he reaches this planet, right? He reaches this planet with this. Well, what the fuck is that? It's like that spaceship that holds the entire
human species. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this is my biggest, like, not my biggest, but I was just like, this doesn't make sense. If you have a big ass spaceship that holds your entire race on there, right? Why would you land that entire thing on a random unknown planet?
Yeah, I can definitely see the issues with that.
You know what I mean? Like, logically, wouldn't you leave that big, like, mothership, right?
Yeah, in
space and have like people visit it and see, yo, what's going, like, let's check it out.
I think
You feel
I
me?
think they just do that just to make the scene better. And you got to remember, this
Well,
movie
that's-
is meant for kids. So like
I
they're not really
guess.
thinking about total realism here.
All right. Well,
But I do see where you're coming from, because you
Yeah.
are right.
So when
That's
I
not the safest thing to do.
no, it's dumb.
Yeah.
Clearly, because we see what happens. But when that was happening, I was kind of confused. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I was like, what the fuck? So we finally get to the scene, and there's some weird monster like tentacles, like
I don't know, some alien.
What the fuck? Yeah, some weird shit that's going on. We saw some cool fighting scenes and whatnot. And so I wasn't expecting. What I was expecting was that we're gonna. What I was expecting is this adventure on this planet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't necessarily an adventure. What I mean by adventure is like okay, well let's just talk about this the premise real quick. You know, so this aliens whatever here. Buzz Lightyear tries to escape. He's flying the ship. He crashes this mountain, and it causes the ship to fail, and they're stuck on this planet. They're like deserted. And so Buzz Lightyear, you know, he has this guilt and stuff. He's like, "Fuck, I gotta fix this." He's like, "Send me on this mission." They do this weird mission. They have to circle around a sun.
Around
a sun, right?
Yeah, I think it's a sun. It's a sun.
A planet.
It was a sun. I remember, and because
like
they need this stone,
like this crystal,
this special crystal that they used to basically
like hyperspace.
Yeah, hyperspace.
Like hyper,
to
like
jump from
overdrive
planet.
type
Yeah,
shit. Like,
and it's very hard to get it right because the one they had was destroyed, and they can't. It's hard to replicate. So they gotta do this test, and if he can reach that speed while doing this test, they can leave the planet.
Yeah.
But when Buzz first does this test, he leaves the planet. He warps around. It doesn't work, right? The first time it doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work for a while.
It doesn't work time. So then he lands.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Fuck, man! Like it didn't work or whatever." And then he sees his best friend. I forgot her name. I forgot her. But she's like she's in charge of him.
Hawthorne?
Hawthorne, maybe. I think it was Hawthorne. I think we could be wrong, but let's call her Hawthorne just for the purpose of the interview. If not, you can just Google it real quick.
Yeah, I'll Google it.
But he sees his friend, and she basically tells him like, "Buzz, like you've been gone for what? Well, how long was it? 5 years?
4.
4 years. You've been gone for 4 years." And that's when you realize you're like, "Oh shit!" Every time
so her last name is Hawthorne.
Hawthorne. So Hawthorne tells Buzz like every time you go on this mission, you'll be gone for 4 years. So he comes back and the base looks completely different.
And like from Buzz's perspective, it was like what, like 5 minutes? Or
yeah, it was literally just a couple minutes for him.
Yeah, but like it was 4 fucking years, and you know, Buzz Lightyear just felt this guilt, right? And he just like, no, I got us in the situation. I want to get ourselves out. And so we see this, you know, he keeps doing it, he keeps failing and stuff, and he's watching his best friend getting old.
And this is a gripe I have with the movie.
Oh, okay.
Because he does it. He does like multiple test runs, and in the movie it shows it in a couple seconds.
Yeah.
So I feel like it was very hard for me to feel connected to Hawthorne.
Right.
To care about her. They did it. Like I felt something, but not to the point where I was like, damn, I'm sad. Like when she gets older and she has all this kid, like I don't really give a fuck about her kid. I don't really give a fuck about her wife. Yeah. I don't really give a fuck about her granddaughter.
No, that's true.
Like I just don't care because it's all about like, hey, like it's not only is it about asking for help, I think it's also about having a family. And for me, I'm just like, it's very hard to feel like you have a family when you're just skipping over these test runs. And I get the point why they have to do it. Because if you see the rest of the movie, you see why they skip over all these test runs multiple times. What I'd like to see is that maybe do a couple test runs and then have a scene where like you talk to Hawthorne, she catches you out, you talk about some more like life lessons or whatever. And then you do it over and over again.
But then again,
they just skip it over.
Yeah, but then again, it's because Buzz, he just keeps doing it like over and over. Like there's no really breaks because to him this is like maybe 30 minutes to him, right? So maybe that's why he's like, oh, I'm gonna just keep doing it. Every time he comes back, he sees like he sees her getting older. She starts a family, you know, and that right there gives us like a plot, like it gives us something to relate to, like in the middle movie where, you know, he realizes, oh, I can't go back in time and erase this because the families were built. He looks back at his best friend who built the family here and all these other people who's built the family here. And he's like, damn, I can't take that away. And I think I don't really have an issue with that. I actually like the whole thing, especially when she was getting super old.
Yeah, I know, but like, and my point is like that. To your point, you made, I felt like it would have been more impactful.
Like if we knew the characters,
if we got to know her just a little bit more. Like I know we got her a decent amount, but like I wanted to grow more of an attachment. That way, it like
Okay.
There's more meaning to the reason why he was like, you know what, I don't want to get rid of all this family that she made. The granddaughter, she won't exist if I go back in time. There's more like, oh, you understand him more.
Yeah.
And there's like, you know what, I understand, because we've seen these jumps, and in between the jumps, they had this type of relationship, and we care about these characters even more than we already do. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if we would have had those, it would have been more. The reason would have been more impactful, in my opinion.
Yeah, but right here in the beginning of the movie, Buzz is not met with ultimatum yet to go back in time or anything.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, like,
I feel, to me, I took it as like he sees this and he's like, wow, like I'm doing this to get, because my guilt is fucking me up, right? I'm trying to get us out of here, but while I'm trying to do this, I'm missing out on this.
Yeah.
Right. And it kind of like also sheds another like type of picture where, like, honestly, like life is mostly like, life is kind of what you make it. And you know how you usually when you have family and people you care about, that's you're comfortable with. And like I said, I can see what you're saying. For me personally, I didn't really need to know these characters to care about it. I could just be like, oh, it kind of makes sense, because if you think about it, Buzz Lightyear doesn't really know these people. Remember, he like opens the door and he's kind of shocked. He's like, whoa, right? So in a way, he's kind of like us. Like, we're going through what Buzz Lightyear is going through, not what Hawthorne is going through. So I can see why they did that. And then obviously the sad scene where he was gone, and then she was like on her deathbed and like making a voice message to him and stuff. That, to me, I thought that was sad, and I think that was the only sad part in the movie. And
that was the only scene where I felt the most emotion.
No, yeah,
but that was the only part.
I was like, damn, like that sucks, man. And because it's like, is it worth it? Like, to Buzz, right? Is it worth it, man? Is it worth that you lost? Like, to you, it was like 30 minutes, right?
But you missed out on her whole life.
Yeah, you missed like 70 years or some shit
of her life, of your best friend,
of your best friend's life, and your own, and I guess experiencing all these other people's lives, right? But you know, Buzz Lightyear is just so stuck with his guilt, and he's like, no, I gotta get us out. And then eventually she dies, and there's a new commanding dude. He says, you know what, Buzz, you're not going back out there.
Mission's over.
Yeah, type shit. He's like, we're just gonna live here. Like, they invented this bubble shield,
and it keeps out all the aliens from attacking.
He's like, we're just gonna live here. And then Buzz is like, what the fuck? No, man, I could do this. And then we get introduced to that cat thing, to that cat robot, which
I liked.
No, I liked it too. What was his name again?
I don't know. I
forgot his name.
But what I liked about him the most was whenever he's like, like cat, do the math. He's like, all right, I will. And he's like, bee boo, bee boo, bee boo. And that shit made me laugh.
No, yeah, it's funny. So, but because he gets introduced to this cat thing or whatever
in the beginning, very early in the movie.
Right? And so, it's supposed to like calm them down, like kind of like when people have like pet dogs to like calm them down with like their anxiety or whatever, like something like that with Buzz. And because after he did that first mission, and Buzz is like, don't annoy me, here, like, you want something challenging, figure this out. And so as Buzz was failing, that's when the cat like figures it out, and he's like, yo, here it is.
He's like, how long it take you to do this? He's like, he does the beep 35 years. And
no, like, it was like 60 something, I think.
Yeah.
And he's like, God damn, right? And so, but here's the thing. Once the cat, I guess, figures it out, that was the same time he came back and they said, hey, you're not leaving.
Yeah.
And that's when, like, Buzz Lightyear, like, escapes
goes
and
rogue.
shit. Yeah.
And he does it one last time.
And it works. Yeah, it works.
But when he lands, everything is fucked up.
Yeah.
He lands and he meets this stranger. And he lands, he sees the stranger, and the stranger saves him. Because he hops off his ship, and the stranger's like, what the fuck, get over here. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, you see, like, they're robots, right? These robots go to Buzz's ship, and he's like, what the fuck? What is going on? And the next thing you know, we get introduced to another character who is Hawthorne's granddaughter or daughter? Granddaughter. And we find out, like, yo, what's happening? So basically, an invader came, and he basically attacked the whole city, and the whole city's on lockdown. They're at war with Zurg.
Right. And so, well, because I guess this girl is kind of important. Is important because remember, there were space rangers, Buzz and like her best friend. Remember on their deathbed, her granddaughter, she's like, I want to be a space ranger like you, right? And she was like a little kid. And so right here we see her. And so what I thought, bro, what I thought was gonna happen, this is what I was expecting, was I thought Buzz was gonna come back, like he fixed it or whatever, right? He's like, hey, where the heck is everybody at? He's like, oh, we're being invaded, whatever. He's like, we need to get to this area. We need to deliver this to the mothership, whatever. Let's say the mothership is like maybe across a planet or something. So what I thought was that this girl, the I forgot her name, something Hawthorne, right? Because her granddaughter was gonna be like a badass, right? And it's gonna be like a mini version of her best friend, and she's gonna see like himself, because you know him and her best friend, they were like partners, like space rangers. I thought that was gonna happen, and we were gonna go on this adventure
with them
throughout this planet, like with her and like whatever and some other people. That's what I thought was gonna happen. But it didn't. She turned out to be a fucking noob, man.
Yeah.
she turned, and same with her other friends. Like they turned out.
They're
to
just
be
like a group of like
amateurs,
outcasts. Because they when after they meet up for the first time, they go to her base where she's stationed at or whatever. And basically it's the place where like the bad recruits go. People who got in trouble with like the law there, or people who are just not good at, have no chance of becoming an elite squadron or whatever.
And what'd you think about the characters, like the team?
At first, I wasn't like, I didn't completely like them. I thought they were just like all kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie. But throughout the movie, they slowly started to be like, all right, you're not annoying to me anymore. Did I love any of them? No. Did I? They just got to the point where like, all right, you're not annoying me no more. You got a few jokes that made me laugh, so I don't find you annoying.
So I'm trying to remember. It's just 3 of them, right? So it's Hawthorne, then that lady with probation, and then the guy
with glasses, yeah.
And that was it, right?
Yeah, there was a 4th one, but he was just only there for that first base, and that's it.
The robot?
The robot, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's.
He's like, first we're gonna go right, and then we make it left. He's like, no, let me go back. Okay,
yeah, he's
start
just
over
making
again.
a plan.
Yeah.
So the Lightyear, Buzz, he just comes up. He's like, what the fuck? Where's
he's like, I thought you guys were good, like whatever.
So we got to defeat these robots and stuff, and the only team that Buzz has is
these noobs.
These people.
So he's like, no, I got to do this alone. You guys, he realizes that you guys suck.
Yeah.
But he's not gonna say it to their face. He's like, no, you guys stay here. I'll do it. I'll fix it.
Yeah.
And Hawthorne's granddaughter is like, no, like, what do you mean? Like, we'll help you. And they eventually, I forgot what actually convinces Buzz to let them come along. I forgot what happens, but they go to a hangar.
No, it's because Buzz gets captured.
He gets captured?
Yeah, don't you remember he gets teleported to that hangar?
You're right.
And then the team goes after him.
All right, okay, you're right. But
and then so immediately, so like right after that, right, like it's pretty beginning of the movie. We meet Zurg.
Yeah.
Pretty beginning. Right. So yeah, Buzz is in this hangar. We see Zurg and it's like, whoa, right? What the fuck? There's like a mini fight scene, I guess. And then Zurg reveals himself, and it's fucking
him, but
way older. And what'd you think of that when you saw that?
Honestly, I didn't know who the fuck was gonna be under the helmet. I didn't expect him though. I thought it was like, oh, okay, like I guess I wasn't like, oh my god, I'm so shocked.
Well, no, it was just like, okay. I was shocked because I didn't expect him to reveal himself. Not only that, I didn't expect him to be him.
Yeah,
I thought it was gonna be like the Toy Story. Like, don't you remember in Toy Story 2 when Buzz and Zurg, or the fake Buzz and then the Zurg are fighting, and then they do like a Darth Vader shit
where he's like,
I am your father.
Yeah,
I thought that was gonna be a part of that. I thought Zurg was gonna be like his father type shit. I mean, but I didn't expect him to reveal himself. I thought he was gonna reveal himself in the end of the movie. You thought he was
because what I thought he was never gonna take off his shit. If I'm being honest with you, I never.
Well, yeah, no, that too. Well, yeah, okay, yeah, I could see that too. Yeah, but I didn't expect that. And this was pretty early on the film, and then he explains like what he's trying to do. When he explains his version, where he fixed it and he came back, and then he was they tried killing him. He was like hostile, remember? Yeah. So he escaped, and then he escaped. Okay, this is the weird part. He escapes, and then he says he finds this like thing in space, or like this aircraft or whatever.
It's like a powerful thing.
And that's where he finds this robot suit, which is Zurg. That's his story.
Yeah, I know. It's not the greatest
backstory.
This
is my theory though. what if Zurg's like his robots and like his suit is actually Buzz Lightyear's dad's, okay? But hear me out. What if it is actually his dad's, but we don't know that until the next movie or something? And Buzz himself, he just found it. He's like, I found this, whatever. But reality, it's actually the other dudes or the dads, and we don't know that yet. Or
that would be a good
something like
good
that.
theory.
But anyway, so that's what basically what that is. That's what happened. And he explains to himself, "Oh, I need this thing that Buzz and the cat like created, the hyperspace crystal, whatever."
Yeah.
He's like, "Yo, I want to go back. We could go back in time and fix all this or whatever. We could bring back humanity." Like
we'll make it so this crash never happens.
Right, type stuff. And then Buzz, he's like, oh, I can't do that, because he starts picturing Hawthorne, his best friend, and his family, the granddaughter. Like, he starts picturing, like, everybody. He's like, damn, like, all these families
are not going to exist.
And for what, you know what I mean? So he's like, no, I can't do this. And then that's where the plot happens with Zurg and Buzz, and that's how they become enemies. Because in the beginning, they were friendly.
Yeah.
Until, they have those two disagreements, and now it's basically the hunt for this crystal stuff, and that's what happens throughout the rest of the movie. We see Zurg hunting them down, and then Zurg eventually gets it, so they have to go back to the ship and get it. And there's like this fight scene between Buzz and Zurg. I thought that fight scene was okay. It wasn't crazy.
Yeah. I think my favorite part wasn't even part of the fight. It was when Hawthorne's granddaughter had to do that space jump.
Oh, yeah.
And when Buzz sees that, he sees Hawthorne.
Yeah.
And then it quickly goes to her. And I was like, oh, that was cool. Like I said, like, I don't know. I felt like if we would have gotten more with Hawthorne, I feel like these scenes would have hit a whole lot more with me.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Because you only care so much about Hawthorne. And not only that, you only care so much about the granddaughter, too.
Yeah.
Because if anything, the granddaughter just seems more like a nuisance. She's like... Buzz is basically doing those missions in video games where you're in charge of protecting someone and they're useless, but you got to keep them alive and they have a health bar. You know what I'm talking about? That's what she felt like. But near the end, she kind of knows how to defend for herself.
Okay.
Which is what I like to see. But I feel like it just came too early. Like I said, I would have liked it if it was more like what you did, where you said where like she already knows how to fight. She's not as good as her grandmother, but she's somewhat like her.
Yeah, and I thought they were gonna be like a duo, but I get it. It's whatever. And fuck, I was gonna say something else too.
What about the fight?
Yeah, no. Well, the fight was okay. I didn't really. Oh no, another thing. So throughout the movie, that's what I was curious. Remember that scene where they finally get their suits?
The Space Ranger suits?
Yeah.
When they're in the hangar thing?
Yeah. Or like they're setting up and shit to go back to Zurg's like ship. I thought that was cool, but another thing I was curious throughout the fucking film is like, so where the fuck is Buzz Lightyear's suit? Like his actual suit, like in Toy Story, where he already has a built-in laser, he has a built-in fucking jet, whatever, and we don't see that till later, like till additions. Like with the laser shit, he didn't have that originally. He had to put it on. Like he found it and he put it on. He was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then same with like that scene with the jetpack, he puts on the jetpack, and so I was confused. I'm like, this suit is obviously completely different from the Toy Story. I'm kind of confused. What the fuck why is that? I thought this is the movie that based on the fucking on the toys, right? So that's one thing I was thinking about, but then it later concludes in the end.
Yeah.
And so obviously in the end, they they finally get the crystal back.
Yeah.
They defeat Zurg supposedly, right? Because they blew up a ship, right?
Yeah.
They blew up a ship.
And it looks like he dies.
Yeah, and it looks like he dies, and they get back to, what do they get back to?
The planet. They just go back to the planet.
Yeah,
and they go back to the base.
Oh yeah, then they're like rewarded type shit.
Yeah, and the new like space commander or whatever, I forgot his name, is like, Buzz, we're gonna revive the program. Yeah. We're bringing back the Space Rangers. Yeah. And they're walking down this hallway, walking towards the ship, and he's like, oh, here are the best of the best recruits. Here's like 50 men. Yeah. Choose who you want. And they'll salute him, and Buzz is like, man, I don't want none of them. They're like, hey, who here knows how to shoot a gun? Everybody raises their hand. He's like, I don't want none of y'all. I want these motherfuckers.
I want my team. So like, yeah, because throughout the movie, as this whole chase is going on with Zurg and them, they build this connection, right?
This camaraderie.
You start going attached to these characters, and then eventually Hawthorne and Buzz do actually become like a duo again, and they're slowly becoming better. And actually, like I think I was with you when I first saw the characters. They were pretty. Like, I was like, whatever. But then later on, you start like, okay. I think my least favorite one was the guy.
The guy?
I think he was my least favorite. And then probably my favorite one was the old lady. She was funny.
Because she somewhat knows how to use a weapon and she's not afraid to use it.
Type shit.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
So obviously that's like how it ends, and then we finally get this that cutscene with Zurg still alive.
Yep.
So that obviously leads up to the next movie. And not only that, their suits get revamped. Do you see that? No. So it explained it. So once they finally get back and they relaunch the program, they have their original suits from the Toy Story with the built-in laser, with the built-in jet. Because throughout the movie, we see Buzz like, oh, I found this laser, let me use it. He's like, oh, I found this jetpack, let me use it. And it was so helpful, right? And so what I thought was, okay, it answered my question. Okay, that makes sense. Buzz saw these things and he utilized them like for emergencies or whatever. So for the new Space Ranger suits, they already incorporated it. They already incorporated it. I can't say that word.
Yeah, I know.
I can't say that word. They already put that shit on their suits. So like, oh, you had this attachable laser. It's a good idea to put it on the suit. You use your wings. It's a good idea to attach it to the suit. So it all came full circle, and I understand. Okay, that makes sense. And obviously, we're gonna get another movie, bro.
Yeah,
we're definitely gonna get another movie.
We're for sure gonna get another
and
movie.
Are you hyped for that? What do you think? Like,
I'm definitely looking forward to it because I think in the second one, I don't think everybody's gonna be as annoying as they were. Like, I mean annoying, I mean useful. Yeah. Because they weren't. They were somewhat useful at the end.
There were some moments that made me like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Type shit. Like, oh my god. Like that scene where the girl's driving that truck or some shit. What is she driving? And then she ends up dropping the crystal or something.
I think
something like that.
Yeah, she just fucks up. She fucks up a lot.
Yeah, I forgot.
But it's one of those like, bro, like how do you fuck up that bad?
No, but that's the point of the story, man.
Yeah,
is like, you know, we're all human and stuff, and even if the people who are trying to help you, look here, even the people who are trying to help you are not the best. They're trying their best. Yeah. Right. So I feel like that's the whole message, you know. It's okay to seek for help, even if, and it's okay if you mess up, right? At least you're trying your best. You know, that's what I got of the movie, like the message and stuff. But that's honestly, we didn't have to go super in depth with this film. We just gave you the quick gist of it, quick summary of what it is, man. Summary that we like that's basically what the movie. That's basically what the movie is, and you know. What did you like? You have any like final thoughts? Any things that you didn't like? Because for me, I guess the only thing that I really have complaint was Zurg.
I only have two really.
Was with Zurg. I didn't like that they introduced. I didn't like that Zurg revealed himself in the beginning. I didn't like that. That fight scene. There was no fight scenes with Zurg, and Zurg was not really in the movie that much. Yeah. If you really think about it, I didn't like that. I think that's my issue. They introduced him too early. Well, maybe not too early, but like he revealed himself too early or whatever. There weren't many scenes with him, and there weren't many fight scenes with him. There was the only fight scenes there was, bro, was the one with him and Buzz, and it wasn't even really a fight scene. It wasn't really. It didn't feel good to me. It didn't feel like, whoa, what the fuck. It
didn't feel fulfilling.
Yeah, and there was no suspense. There's no suspense of like, oh my god, Zurg's actually gonna win type shit. You know what I mean? And that's in my opinion. I think that's my only issue with the movie, man. And not only that, I felt like the movie was kind of fast too.
Because it's not 2 hours, right? It's not
it's like a normal like an hour 40 minutes.
Yeah, that leads into one of my points where what I didn't like is when Buzz was originally doing those test runs to see if the crystals will work. That's the part of the movie where I felt it was most rushed. Because then again, I kind of understand why they did it, Mario.
Yeah, I know. Every single thing that they do, it's 4 years. So what do you want to expect? You want them to live all those 4 years?
No, I'm not. I don't want to see every 4 years. All right, give me 30 minutes of connection. No, actually, have to do a couple jumps, but then give me like a good chunk. Cause like, it's like I said, this movie's under 2 hours, and nowadays I feel like 2 hours is the borderline minimum.
Yeah, like bro, it's crazy.
I call it the Marvel effect. Everyone kind of requires, like, if you make a minute and 30 movie, I'm going to not be turned off. I'm going to be like, a minute and 30, I don't think it's going to be as good. A minute and 30, I don't think it's going to be as good. You could be
wrong. That was the norm. That was the norm back then.
Yeah, I know. That was the normal for the longest time.
And I know Javi isn't here, but when Javi told me that, well, it's Pixar. Pixar don't make long movies. They don't make 2-hour movies. So like I think maybe that's why. And I said, you know what? If that's the case, Pixar fucking try it.
Yeah.
But then again, here's the thing though.
They've made
they made
incredible movies that are under 2 hours.
Bro.
But in this one, it felt like it needed that.
Yeah, this movie felt like a movie that the Pixar team didn't really want to make.
But yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I just feel like they didn't want to make it.
Because with all these other movies, right, that are great from Pixar, you know, people, it feels like they want to tell a story. It feels like themselves.
The passion.
Like, oh, I want to tell this story. I want to tell the story about Turning Red, Luca, you know, Soul. Soul is an amazing movie. Like, it feels more passion, like they want to tell the story. With this Lightyear shit, it felt like Disney themselves said, "Hey, make." It felt like Disney was like, "Hey, make this Lightyear movie, and make up a story with." It wasn't Pixar's decision. It didn't feel like Pixar's decision. Hey, let's make a Lightyear movie.
People love Toy Story.
Yeah, it didn't feel like that. It felt like Disney was like, "Yo, we need something hot, whatever, blah blah blah. Make a Lightyear movie, write the story." I feel like that's what happened.
Yeah.
That's just me personally, man.
I just feel that.
I just feel like
that's kind of a great way to put it. Is like not there, like clearly they obviously cared about making this movie, but like they felt like there was like, from an audience perspective, it felt like there was no passion. I'm sure the people who worked on it had tons of like putting long hours and work on it and shit like that, but. No, it's just, to me, the reason why I feel so rushed in the beginning during those test flights is what comes up later in the movie.
Okay.
When Buzz remembers, like, no, I can't do it. These people are never going to exist if I go back in time.
Right, yeah.
It would be more impactful. You will understand Buzz's opinion or his point of view even more.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm just like, bro, like, oh, it makes more. You 100% agree. Yeah, you agree with Buzz and why he does it, but you're just like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't really care about them, but I don't. That's why, because you don't care. That's the reason. I don't really care about the granddaughter. I don't really care about his best friend. If I cared, I would have been like, okay, I 100%, because we have that connection with them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of my flaws, because I don't have that hardcore connection. It doesn't even have to be hardcore. I just have to care.
Right.
And I somewhat care. Because like I said, the most emotion I got is when the Hawthorne left that message for Buzz. Yeah. That's the most emotion I felt throughout the entirety of the movie.
Yeah, and I just want to make things clear as well. Is like, we're not trashing on the movie.
Like, overall,
and we're not really being biased, because, you know, obviously I could definitely see with like social media, and I feel like nowadays people just like to trash and everything. Yeah. And we're not trying to be biased or anything, because honestly, I really, really, really like every single Pixar film that I've seen.
Same.
I really, you know what I mean? With this one, I like Lightyear. It's just compared to like
the other one. Compared to my favorites.
Six or seven other movies that I like. It's not up there. Like, this movie's not up with Turning Red.
No,
Turning Red was amazing.
Yeah, I like Turning Red a lot.
This movie's not up there with Coco. This movie's not up there with Luca. I love Luca. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
I love Luca. This movie's not up there with Soul. It's not up there with Ratatouille. It's not up there with WALL-E. It's not up there with Up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, all these different movies are fucking amazing, and I love them. And for some reason, this one is not really there.
It's not a bad movie.
It's not no.
Why we said in the beginning, like, it's
not a bad movie.
It's a solid movie, but it's a bad movie for Pixar.
Yeah.
It's a bad movie for them. Like, it's not.
Well, it's not a bad movie for Pixar. It's just a mediocre movie for Pixar.
Okay, yeah, that's even better. Mediocre, my bad. I shouldn't say bad. It's just really mediocre. It's mid.
Yeah.
It's a very mid movie for Pixar.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And but it's not a bad movie, man.
No, I still recommend you watch it. Like, if you have free time, go ahead, watch it. You know, I think it's a solid movie. It's just when you watch it, you're really, you know what? This is not their best work. It's just not.
Yeah, and I guess since we're doing this, I actually, fuck it, let's talk about that controversy.
Oh, the kiss?
About the whole kiss.
Motherfucker, that shit was like half a second, bruh. I don't know why India banned it. That shit was only half a second. And not only that kiss was kind of, I know it's not meaningless, but it was meaningless throughout the entirety of the fucking movie.
It's not like there was like a sex scene or like
it's literally just like a little, like when you say hi to your girlfriend, you're like, all right, bye. And I'm like, bro, it's literally the most normalest shit ever.
Yeah, the reason why I brought it up, because I'm assuming some people listening to this at least want us to know our thoughts on that controversial
I don't
shit.
give a fuck.
Yeah, we don't care, guys. That's to me. I thought that was.
I've always stood on the stance where like, listen, bro, love who you want to love, kiss who you want to kiss. I don't give a fuck what you do.
Yeah.
You live your life. I have no say over your life.
No, yeah, but not only that, like I don't know. It's something kind of stupid in this for people to be upset about in this movie. You know what I mean? It's not a big deal to me.
Yeah, I don't care. Bro.
I didn't care for it. So
it didn't feel. But a lot of people say like, no, I'm not against the same sex kiss. It just feels forced. But to me, it didn't feel forced.
No, yeah, but like, so when I would see this shit, right? Because I didn't look in spoilers or anything, or leaks. But when I would see this going on, I was like, oh shit! I was expecting like something crazy, like there was a whole making out scene and taking shirt off. So I'm like, yo, that's what I was expecting. And I was like, yo, they banned this shit in India. They banned this shit in like some Middle Eastern countries or whatever the fuck. Yeah, some shit like that. Like they banned.
100%.
So I'm like, what the fuck did they do? Right? Like on some The Last of Us 2 type shit. Where like where they bust out a random sex scene.
Yeah,
bro, my stream got taken down because of that shit. It was like I wasn't expecting that. It was some random.
Yo, mine didn't.
That's lame as fuck, bro. There was some random ass sex scene I was like not expecting, so I was like, "What the fuck?" And so obviously throughout the movie, you know, I see that kiss, right? It was just like like you said,
yeah, real like it's like when you're saying bye or hi to your girlfriend, you're like, "Oh, bye, I'll see you tomorrow."
So after that, I didn't think about, oh, that was it.
Yeah,
I was like, okay. I was like,
you're like, oh,
yeah,
where is it?
Yeah,
where the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I saw that, I was like, okay, cool. I looked over. I'm like, okay. So what's the big issue? I'm like, I was expecting, okay, something's crazy that's gonna happen here, and nothing happened. I was like, and I was thinking, what the fuck were people talking about? And then I looked back to what you said, that 1, 2 second, 3 second kiss. I was like, that was it, man. That was stupid. So yeah, that shit's stupid as fuck.
Yeah.
Who cares, man? It's whatever, man. I don't give a fuck, man. As long as you're not showing sex scenes, we're good.
Yeah, in a Pixar movie.
Yeah, as long as there's no butt cheeks showing, girls in bikinis in Pixar, we're good, guys. Okay, we don't give a fuck about that. You know what I mean? But yeah, so that's our thoughts on that. And you know, yeah, I think that's pretty much what we got to say. Mario, what's your rating, bro?
This movie's a solid movie. I think it's definitely worth a watch. I wouldn't rewatch it though. If you watch anything, go ahead, obviously. But for me, it's a solid 8 out of 10 movie. 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
I was debating 7, but I was like, nah, it doesn't deserve a 7. It's just like I only have 2 main issues that I have. It's like, again, I didn't feel as connected. I didn't care. I understand. I see Buzz's point, but I don't care.
Yeah. I think.
And it feels rushed.
I hate that we're so alike, man. I wish we were like so different. Same with Javi, because like remember with Morbius when we reviewed Morbius and Javi gave it a 1, and you and I were like, yo, like I want to have that, but like we're so similar with our ratings. I was thinking of a 7, but I was conflicted with a 7 or 8. I was like, fuck, should I pick a 7 or a fucking 8? But then when I think of a 7, I'm like, damn, that means it's a like really bad movie, but it's not. It's a
good
an 8.
movie.
Yeah, bro, I'm agree with you. It's an 8. It's an 8 film.
Out of 10. Definitely worth a watch.
Yeah, definitely. And so, yeah, that's pretty much, that'll be our review, man. Yeah. Our insight. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. Remember, don't let your past haunt you guys. Take it easy.
Peace.